And what is up, my wolf army? My name is Billy, and welcome to NAOMI. Now, this is a game I found on itch.io. It's it deals with a serious subject of transsexuality, and I thought I'd give it a try because I want to know what everybody's opinion on. In my opinion, I'm fine with it. Whatever makes them happy. It just depends on the reason. Like, are they doing it to hide from who they are, or like, are they a criminal and like trying to use it as a disguise, or is it just like to make them happier? Because it's my opinion, but whatever makes them happy, I guess. Let's start a new game. Naomi was cornered, utterly trapped, and absolutely doomed. She could feel bile rising in her throat, her knees trembling and her eyes welling with tears. Hayden was supposed to be here. He was too early, and she was supposed to have a couple of hours before by herself. She was ready to go back to playing pretend, but she wasn't ready. In no way Naomi prepared to be seen. Nao? He always shortened her name ever since her parents introduced her as Nao. They didn't mean to give her such a girly name when she was born. Overseas, Naomi was unisex. Here in Distantly Feminine, something had delighted Naomi at first. She was completely and utterly paralyzed, her back to him. Naomi had been proud of finding this dress online with the size that she hoped would fit her. Shut up, phone. Had been a shut up phone. Okay, you know what, hang on. You know what, nah, I doubt it'll ring again. It's been important to try it on so she couldn't be damned to wait until it was after dark. That had cost her. Naomi had never had a chance to zip up the back of her dress, so she knew he could see her bra strap. Her hair was far too short to hide it. She couldn't even drop the dress and pretend it was a joke. No one went as far as wearing women's underwear for a joke. Right now, more than anything, she wanted to die. She'd rather be dead than face the wrath of Hayden. Whoever he told, she'd rather die by the hand of God than die by the hands of people who hated her. He trailed off. He didn't know what to say. Of course he didn't. He could hear him stepping closer and closer. Too close. Too close. His hand touched her shoulder softly. She wanted to be comforted, like she had... I don't know if the pictures are supposed to come up, like for the characters or whatnot, but if so, let me know if you played the game. But you've never been privy to this. She wanted to trust him with this as much as she trusted him with everything else. But oh man, she was so terrified. Far too terrified. People changed their personalities at the drop of a hat about people like her. She had seen it, read about it, heard the stories from other girls like her. Nao, what's wrong? She couldn't answer, couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Her heart was beating so fast it felt like it was going to burst. She couldn't take this. She couldn't take this panic. Her knees gave out. Before she could hit the ground, Hayden's arms caught her, holding her up slowly letting her down, finally dared to look at her friend. Oh hey, it's Ethan from Crank Gameplays! Yeah, I thought that would be a decent joke, because Ethan from Crank Gameplays has dyed his hair blue. Hey. You look like shit. Are you gonna be sick? Should I get a bucket? I don't know, I kinda feel like dying, honestly. She checked weakly, wishing shaking would stop at least. Hayden gently rubbed her back, keeping his hand away from her bra. Felt unintentional. You're not allowed to die, remember? You're not allowed to die, you're not allowed to remember that. Of course she remembered. It was impossible. Sorry. Why does my amblyopia have to kick in right now? It was impossible to remember finding him unconscious in his bedroom floor, noose around his neck. He knew he even felt bad about it. He hadn't wanted her to discover his body or anything. He just fell into a pit. He couldn't take it. Naomi coming over and slipped his mind. She didn't want him to feel bad though. She just wanted him to stay alive. They weren't even close then. They had boredom together. They had homeroom together. They hung out since, maybe twice before that. Usually with the other people around. I remember. Okay, so what I'm trying to think. Alright, so as I said, it's a transsexual game. So that means, hold on, let me just do. I'm gonna try and get the audio just right. There, that'll have to do for now. As I was saying, so from what I understand, Naomi is trying to act like a guy, I think. Either she's trying to act like a guy, or it's vice versa. She's a guy trying to be a girl. I'm not 100% sure. But I can't remember his name, so I'm just going to start calling him Ethan, because he has blue hair from Crank Gameplays. But yeah, if I was in that position, I would just say you can do whatever you want. It's fine with me. I don't judge people like that. To be honest, I don't judge people at all. I mean, I would judge them if they did something criminal like murder or something, but this, I wouldn't judge. Comment down below if you guys agree with me. You just let her do what she wants to, whatever makes her happy. Would ya? Or would you do what other mean people will do and call her a monster? I never had a friend that actually did do that, but if I would support them. Let them know they have someone that supports them. Sometimes it just takes one step before the entire army can march. I don't know what I'm saying now. Her voice was barely a whisper. Exhaustion was setting in. But maybe you won't think that way soon. Maybe you'll feel betrayed or something. Are you drunk? Hayden, that's what it was. Naomi said nothing. She didn't drink. He knew that. She focused on clutching the top part of her dress in her hands, regretting how wrinkled it would probably be by the time she let go. If she let go. The dress is a big deal, isn't it? Naomi stayed quiet, afraid to answer. I mean, it's not to me. I think all the cross dresses at some point on the line. I think we all cross dress at some point of our lives. We all definitely going. No, she was definitely going to throw up. Well, technically, to be fair, I haven't technically cross-dressed. The closest I ever got was accidentally wearing a woman's tank top, but that was all. So, it's okay? Do you want me to zip you up or something? Do you do this often? He kept rubbing her back. You can trust me, Nao. Naomi pulled away from him, kneeling onto the hard floor. Shut my door. Even if Hayden was angry, she would rather her parents not see her like this. They wouldn't regret it. I mean, they wouldn't get it. Hayden obliged and shut the door with a soft click before he came back and sat on the floor, a couple steps from her. It's not cross-dressing, Hayden. Okay, what is it? Naomi was silent for a long moment before speaking again. Me, I guess. That doesn't sound super convincing. I don't know how to explain it. Hayden closed his mouth, looking away. It's not crush or saying I'm not wearing clothes for the opposite gender or whoever, or however you want to put it. She didn't know how to explain this, so she went when it was to people that didn't already get it. Why is my eye so witchy? She didn't know where to begin. In a way, she felt the way she felt, or why her dresses made her feel like herself, made herself opposite, oversimplifying it. It wasn't right, but it was such a headache that this was already terrifying. She didn't want to turn this into a giant ramble on everything about her and everyone else. But no. It was quiet again. Naomi's boldness taking control of her. Taking a toll on her. She wasn't a bold person. She was terrified right now. She was certain that this is the only reason she was able to snap at her friend. The only reason she was able to cut him off mid-thought. I don't know what my body is, and it's not a body I'm happy with. Flat chest, narrow hips, not even the slightest hint of curves. Hey, just because of that doesn't mean someone out there won't think you're beautiful. Of course, a lot of people may think you may be curveless, but just shrug them off. There's someone out there that will love you for the way you are. Some people may think that's ugly. Others may think that's more beautiful than anything in the world. And that's pretty much it. It's what I'm stuck with, though. I just try to wear things that make me feel more like me than anything else does. He stared at the floor without moving. The longer he sat there, the more anxious Naomi got. But she didn't dare interrupt him when he was far too close to understanding. When Hayden looked up again, there was no trace of anger on his face. So, you're a girl? Is that what you're getting at? Yes. With a neek. That's irrelevant. So? Whatever is fine with you. Whatever. I'm basically just trying to say without laughing. Not that it's funny or something. Just the way how Hayden said it. But in my opinion, it's fine with me. As long as you're nice, I'm nice. I don't judge, and that's pretty much it. I don't judge people, no matter what they look, size, color, shape, whatever. As long as they're nice to me, I'm nice to them. That's irrelevant. Hayden went quiet again. Yeah, it is. So, you don't hate me? No? You're not going to hurt me? What? Fuck no. Naomi smiled slightly. Right as the bubbling in her stomach started to get, she covered her mouth with her hand and gagged. Hayden grabbed the emergency bucket Naomi always had nearby. Once Hayden had gotten to know her that slightest bit, he figured once her anxiety went straight to her stomach, he was always prepared to get her somewhere where she could take care of things. He shoved the bucket in front of her and stepped back when she threw up. Naomi kept it in front of her kept her dress out of the way, coughing when it was finally over, not daring to lift her head yet. Hayden pressed a napkin onto her lips and carefully took it, wiping away the bail and dropping it into the bucket. So, you gonna zip that dress up or not? She thought about it. No, I'm gonna change actually. Naomi took a moment to get up. She grabbed her hoodie and pants and dashed into the bathroom. She shut the door behind her and carefully slipping out of her dress and folding it up. After a moment of hesitation, she slipped off her bra, shut up phone, and slipped off and feel naked without it. She didn't bother changing it. She just pulled up pants and her hoodie. When she sat down in the bathroom, resting her arms, Hayden looked up at her. Shut up, Alright, you know what? Hang on. Come here. There, on vibrate. Freaking hate that. Sorry about that. Sorry for coming over early. I should have asked. It's okay. Thanks for not freaking out. Well, we can't both be thrown up in buckets now, have we? Naomi laughed carefully. She tucking your dress probably into an open plastic box. Hey, now. Yeah? He slid the box under the bed in the furthest corner since her bed was a double. And back into a corner. Made getting the box out trouble more than it's worth for anybody else. You're not gonna open that girl. Oh, you're not open about girl stuff, are ya? No, my parents said kick me out. Living on the streets. Naomi shook her head. Yeah, that would be bad. He was quiet for a moment. With all the time I've known you, you've been a really anxious person that panics at the drop of a hat. That's hardly news, Aiden. He scowled. But I've never seen you petrified as you were when I walked in this afternoon. For a good reason. Is there anything else I can do? I don't know how to make things easier for you better. You're one of my closest friends. Can't claim to understand what you're feeling, but I'd like it if I could do something to make you feel better. This guy gets the idea. He knows just whatever just makes her happy, just to go with it. He won't judge. Something. Naomi thought about it for a moment, standing up and sitting on her bed. First, don't tell anyone. Maybe you're understanding, but other people might hurt you. It's not uncommon. But I can keep my mouth shut. Naomi frowned. Was he taking this seriously? She couldn't tell. Not anyone. Not your mom. Not the people you play Xbox with. Not your dad. Not anybody. Not anyone. Don't write to anyone. Don't even think about it. I'm sorry. What were we talking about then? Yes, I know it's probably a bad joke at the time, but I just wanted. That would be my thing. Like, just to make her feel better, I'd be like, okay, what were we talking about then? Like, maybe a joke will help make her smile. Because that's what I would think, at least. You guys are probably gonna just like say I'm a moron in the comments for making the bad joke, but what are you gonna do? Haynes' eyes were wide. He put up his hands in surrender. Not a soul. I won't even tell the ants that are invading my room. If you do, you have to kill them. I'll cut off their heads. That's gonna take a while. What are you gonna do? Get a razor blade and just start tapping the ground? Naomi chuckled, finally being like she was able to breathe again. He wouldn't tell. What would he gain anyway? He didn't like being involved in dramatic things. She took a deep breath, steadying herself before she continued. Quick second, would you bother if I dressed how I wanted to around you? What? No, doesn't bother me. Lastly, you can call me Naomi no matter where we are. No, I mean, can you call me Naomi, no matter where we are? I can call you that. I can do that. Anything else? No, thanks. Hold on, I want to try to figure out what's the save button. Oh, there it is. I thought it'd be like in Blind Griffin, you just had to. June 11th. And I still got a few minutes. What's save press? I don't want to click main. I think that might previous, I think. No. Text speed, skipping over. Hover for shortcuts, skip all, skip none. I don't know. Main, that's probably gonna take me to the main. Are you sure you? No. Save, load, click here. There we go. Right click. Naomi's eyes are glancing over. She scrolled idly down the results of a fashion shoot done by one of the smaller businesses in the area. It wasn't so much clothes that drew her in, it was the fact that none of the models were the typical model types. One of the girls was the heaviest and pear-shaped. Other was an incredibly thin, lanky limbed that didn't have enough fat on her to give her curves of any sort. This model was built more like Naomi than any girl she'd ever seen. While Naomi hid her body away under baggy clothes, the model wore whatever she pleased with confidence. She absolutely owned the space she occupied. The model blog posts only served as highlight this. She was an alimony girl and simply did what she pleased. Naomi couldn't tell if she was jealous or inspired. You can actually be both. I mean, look at me. I'm jealous of other people's YouTube channels if they're higher than me, but it also inspires me. I mean, look at Jack. He just reached 16 million subscribers. I'm a bit jealous that I haven't made up there yet, but I know I will someday. And it also inspires me to keep going, knowing one day I might be up there with him. Who knows? Maybe one day I might collab with him. We could play a game. Naomi couldn't tell if she was jealous or She sat a bit enough to get a look at Hayden passed out on the floor under a blanket. He had a pillow but had bandaged sometimes during the night, using his arms instead. He couldn't understand how he was comfortable, but it doesn't matter. It had been a couple weeks since he had walked in on her, dress in hand. She hadn't touched her clothes since. Hayden hadn't asked about them either. She would have thought that forgot about it entirely if it weren't for the fact that he hadn't called her Nao since then. The way he said her name, Naomi, didn't sound like the way her parents said it, Naomi. Oh, I've been singing Naomi, not Naomi. Oh man, I feel dumb now. Sorry. But she didn't mind. At all. It was the same name in the end. They said it just more feminized. He said it just more feminized. Alright, well, I gotta get some sleep. I was up all night trying to fix my new microphone settings. I hope it's good. Eyelash. Blah. Hope you guys liked the video. If you do, give that like button a little boop on the nose. If you want to see more, punch that subscribe button. And don't forget, have a great day.